I was 6 years old when I made her a promise. She swayed side to side barefoot in a floor-length floral dress, arms outstretched, eyes closed, smile on her face, tears running down, as Luciano Pavarotti belted out an aria. Just then I said, "One day, I'll take you." She looked at me and smiled. She was my best friend. And she often said that when we first met, I held onto her hands tight, 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 and we never let go. Because of her, I had seen every musical, was on a first-name basis with the three tenors, and knew every word to the greatest aria ever sung, Nessun Dorma. Music was her freedom from expectations, from pain, from loneliness. And her dream was to see Luciano Pavarotti live. But that was the promise of a 6-year-old girl, and life happened. I grew up, she grew old, an ocean separated us, but we never grew apart. And that promise, it slipped away. Until one day, I heard it. Pavarotti, one last tour, my city. And all of a sudden, that promise from years ago grabbed a hold of me as tight as it could, but how? I just had a baby. My finances were gasping for air. She lived in another country. This wasn't logical. It wasn't responsible, but I promised her. Plane ticket. What bill could wait? Concert tickets, swipe that card. Oh, did I mention that this was supposed to be a surprise? Then, finally, the day was here, the night had come, and she wore her black sequined gown. We sat in the third row, and as the lights dimmed, she reached into her purse, pulled something out, and said, "Heart pills." Just in case. And just then I saw it, that thing I hadn't seen in forever, her girl-like excitement. And as the curtains rose, I held onto her hand tight, 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 and said, "I promised I would take you one day." Then, the first notes of Nessun Dorma. Her right hand trembled in mine. Her left hand clutched her chest. Sigh, a gasp, and then pure surrender. I didn't see Pavarotti because all I saw was her smile. I didn't hear Pavarotti because all I heard was her deep, guttural sob. And as she sat there, eyes closed, swaying side to side, I knew in that moment she was free. Years later, as we cleaned out my grandmother's apartment, I found that concert program, and in it, the concert ticket and an article announcing Pavarotti's death just months after we had seen him. She had held onto those treasures the way that we hold on to our hopes and our dreams. That night didn't make sense. It wasn't responsible, but love never is. And sometimes the best things we do in life aren't logical. They're just right. That night I learned that a promise kept, even one made at 6 years old, has the power to change you, remind you of who you are, and that dreams, no matter how long it takes, deserve to come true. What promise are you holding on to? And is now the time to keep it? Thank you.